Well, happy Christmas from the Bible course. We hope you have a great season and hope you think about the significance, not least of the original nativity scene. What was the first Christmas like? We sing the carol Away in a Manger and we think of animals and we think of a shed. Was Jesus born in some shed or stable? Luke 2 verse 7 seems to suggest this. It says that he was placed in a manger because there was no room in the inn. We hear the word inn and we think, oh yes, Premier Inn. The sort of place where you pay to stay. So there was no room in the hotel, so Jesus had to be born in a shed. Well, almost certainly that wasn't the case. I read an excellent book by Kenneth Bailey, and he showed that actually the footprint of a Near Eastern home says that actually the word for inn, katalima in Greek, is actually the word for a space at the back or at the top of a home, what we would call a guest room. It's the same word used for the upper room later in the Gospels. So what we're reading then is that there was already people staying in the guest room. There was no room there. And so the family invited them into the main space of the house. Well, what about the animals then? What about the manger? Well, you see, in this sort of Near Eastern home, there was a space for the guests, a space for the family. There was also a room for the animals. Strange, isn't it, having animals indoors? But they would have had a space perhaps dug down about 4 foot below the family room, hence the steps coming up in. And at night time, they brought the animals in here to give warmth to the home and to protect the animals at night. And in a space in the wall, the animals would have put their heads through to the mangers, the troughs, the space for them to eat. So Christ wasn't born in a shed. He was born in a family home and was placed in the manger. So remember this season, the reason for the whole thing. Christ was born into a family like ours, that we might be born into a family like his, become sons and daughters of God. He was born into our family that we might be born into his family, God's family, and know God's love. So enjoy Christmas and a happy new year.